Assalamu alaikum friends. In my previous video we solved an example with Prim's algorithm. In this video we are going to solve another example with the help of Prim's algorithm. So you already know that Prim's algorithm tries to find out minimum cost spanning tree. We are trying to make the connections with the help of minimum cost. So consider this example and we will explain all the concepts one by one. There is a cable company that wants to connect 5 villages to their network, which currently connects to A with minimum cost. So we can see this diagram that we have a company. So we have a cable company and we have cities A, B, C, D, E, and F. So these are some cities, and the cable company has been asked that all these five cities or villages have to be given cable connection, and the cost of the cable should be minimum. So in such sort of practical problems, Prim's algorithm is very useful because it helps you to give the connections with the help of minimum cost or minimum cable. um, okay, so in all these problems, even if you want to take the smallest roads, we want to visit all the villages and you want that the traveling distance or the road should be smallest, again that is a question to be solved by Prim's algorithm. So in the exam, if you are given a question like this, then how are you going to proceed? So first of all, you will see that if you want, if you want to make a subgraph from this graph. So we have to see that how many vertices are there. There are 6 vertices in the subgraph. Again, there have to be 6 vertices. Okay, and how many edges are there? So edges will be v minus 1, which is 5. So in the subgraph there have to be 5 edges. Okay, so when you are done with 5 edges, you will stop. Okay, so step 1. Step 1, we will randomly select any node. So for example, in this question we are not asked and we are selecting that okay, we will start from village A. We will say that the cable company will start laying down its cable from city A. Okay, in step 2 we will start joining on the basis of lowest cost and must start from A. So we are starting from A and we are seeing that okay, A has a connection with B with a cost of 3 and A has a connection with E with a cost of 4 and A has a connection with F with a cost of 7. So out of these three, 3 is minimum, so we will make this connection as my first connection out of these 3 comparisons. Okay, so now next, B has to be connected further. So B has a cost of 5 for connecting it with city C, and B has a cost of 8 for connecting it with city F. Okay, but we will not only consider these 2 costs of B, we will also consider these previous 2 costs of A as well. This is the catch in Prim's algorithm. So there is a cost of 4 for connecting A with E and there is a cost of 7 for connecting A with F. So out of all these costs, we will select the minimum cost from 5, 8, 7 and 4. So of course 4 is minimum, which is the lowest, so we will connect that with the next node. So this 4 is going to be our next connection, right? So when we connect A with node E, then we say that the next connections of E are with cost 5 and with cost 2, which you can see over there. There is a cost 2 coming out of E and there is a cost 5 coming out of E. So now we are going to compare 5 and 7 and 8 and 5 and 2. So out of all these, of course this 2 is minimum, so I'm going to make in my third iteration this 2 is going to be joined with the node or with the city D. So now first connection was this one, second connection was this one, and the third connection happened to be this one. Okay, so now we have connected the city D as well. So if we look at the graph from here, D had a connection of 4 with C and D had a connection of 8. Okay, D had 2 connections. So now we will compare this 4 and this 8 and this 5 and this 7 and this 8. So out of, and this 5 of course, out of this 5, 8, 7, all these open loops, open ends, 5 8 7 5 8, right? We can connect anyone. So we can connect anyone. So of course 5 is the minimum, so we can connect this 5. Of course you would be thinking that why we have not connected this 5. So the answer is again that if you connect this 5, you have already this connection, this connection, this connection, and this connection. So if you connect this 5, of course this is also the same cost as this 5, but then it becomes a cycle, it becomes a closed loop. And whenever you are applying this minimum spanning cost tree solutions, you have to remember that you do not have to make a cycle, because a tree is never cyclic. Okay, a tree is always an open loop, it never gives a closed loop solution. So you will not connect this 5, you will connect this 5. Okay, so afterwards you have what you are left with. You have visited almost yes, you have visited all your nodes. You do not need to do any further, because in this type of a question, how many edges do you have to have, you just calculated above that there have to be 5 edges. So now just count 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, you have got 5 edges and you have visited all your vertices or nodes. So the problem is complete now. The cable company has laid down cable to all the cities. So the cost is, you will add 3 4 2 and this 4 and this 5, so the cost is 18. So in this way you are able to find out the cost that the cable company has to put, and you find out the solution by Prim's algorithm. Meanwhile, you can observe that during Prim's algorithm you always had a connected pattern. You were not connecting these two lines and then you did connection of this line. This normally happens when you use Kruskal algorithm, but in Prim's you see that you started with one node and kept on connecting the minimum one, but you kept moving in a connected manner. You never lose your connection of two connected nodes and did a third connection which is not connected with the previous one. So in Prims, always move connected, and this is the catch, that yes, I am solving my question in the right manner. And the other catch in Prims is that whenever you are considering the costs, do not only consider the cost of the last node that you connected, do consider the costs of the previous nodes as well. Okay, so I hope you understand, and if you do understand, then do like the video and do write your questions in the comments. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.